Chantal Meloni is an international criminal law professor and legal representative. She joins me now live from Milan. Professor, thank you for joining us here on TRT World. It's good to have you. First and foremost, let me get your comments on the reopening of Rafah border crossing for severely injured Palestinians. Was it legal to keep it closed in the first place?
Well, the entire blockade of the Gaza Strip is not legal. So not only the closing of Rafah, the closing of Eretz is illegal. I must say that Israel bears the first responsibility to evacuate even injured Gazan civilians during an armed conflict, because Israel is the occupying power, and therefore they should be the ones that protect the civilian population, even while they are combating this terrible war with Hamas. Still, I want to really stress this, the responsibility should be on Israel to let the Gazans out from the Eretz, from the northern crossing point. Having said that, of course, the fact that Rafah is also closed is very problematic, and it's good to see that now they allow at least this minimal amount of gravely injured people go out to seek medical treatment.
Professor, Amnesty International and Human Rights Watch have both documented potential war crimes by Israel, but there are also accusations of genocide directed at Israel. In your opinion, are the terms war crimes and genocide being used interchangeably, or is there a distinct difference in their application in this context? What does the international law say about it?
Yeah, there is absolutely a distinction. The notion of war crimes and the notion of genocide have to be kept distinct. Even in international law, we cannot equate the terms, we cannot use them interchangeably. What I personally say is that the amount and gravity of war crimes, of grave violations of international humanitarian law that we have seen for the past 3 and over weeks committed by the Israeli army in Gaza is already so grave that, in my view, it is possible to also use the word genocide as a legal scholar, but in my view, in this moment, yes, it can be used, but it's a very, it's also a very delicate issue in terms of proving the intent, because genocide means that there is a very specific intent to destroy the Palestinian population as such. So we have to be careful in using terms, but I would say that very great crimes have been committed.
Indeed, and I think the matter is now going to move to the International Criminal Court. But here's the thing, given that the International Criminal Court recognized Palestine as a member in 2015 and determined that it does have jurisdiction in the occupied West Bank, Gaza, and occupied East Jerusalem, what implications does this have for Israel's claims of not being subject to the ICC's authority?
Yes, this is crucial, and we have seen the ICC prosecutor on Sunday standing at the Rafah border and again reiterating the fact that the investigation of the International Criminal Court are active, are ongoing, and they will take into consideration both parties, meaning possible international crimes under the jurisdiction of the court committed by Palestinians, but of course by Israel as well. This is not something strange or new or an exception. It happens in several situations before the International Criminal Court, including Russia-Ukraine, where Russia did not ratify the Rome Statute, and the jurisdiction of the court is only based on the ad hoc acceptance of the jurisdiction by Ukraine. In the case of Palestine, as you know, as you reminded, Palestine did ratify the Rome Statute in 2015. The jurisdiction was accepted retroactively till June 2014, and it is clear, it has been stated clearly by the court, including the pretrial chamber, that the investigation includes both crimes committed by Palestinians and by Israeli.
Fascinating insights into the topic. Professor Chantal Meloni, thank you very much for talking to us here on TRT World. Really appreciate your taking out the time.